I'm Ricky Rocket. If you're looking for an old car, I'll find it for you.
Hi, I'm Andy. I'll fix these things and I'll show you how to also.
Dudes, I'm like Carl the intern.
Hello, this is Rick.
Hey Rick, this is Donald. I talked to you last August at the Gold Car Show.
Oh, right. I remember you had the yellow Mercury.
Yeah. Hey, I'm looking for a 68 Mercury Cyclone. I'm looking for it to be like an orange red with the GT spoiler package on it. I'm wondering if you can help me track one of those down.
Yeah, okay. They made it in orange red. I believe they called it Calypso Coral. Hey, can I give you a shout back? I'm driving right now and I can't take down your details, but I would love to talk to you about this.
Yeah, that'd be great. Looking forward to your call.
All right, give me about an hour.
All right.
Thanks. See you.
All right, bye.
Hi, and welcome back to the Lost Highway Rocketeers. We got a call earlier today from a potential customer who's looking for a very special old Mercury. He's not looking for a Mercury Cougar or a Mercury Monterey or the Montego. He's looking for the Mercury Cyclone. Now, the Mercury Cyclone was originally an add-on package to the 1964 Mercury Comet. It was the Mercury Comet Cyclone from 64 up till 1967. At which point they dropped the Comet name altogether and it just became the Mercury Cyclone. They continued making this car up until 1972. So this customer wants a red one from 1968 with the original engine. Now I did a little digging to find that there's good news and bad news. The good news is that 68 was the highest production run year for the Mercury Cyclone. The bad news is they still only made 13,000 of them that year. So you can kind of do the math in your head. Out of 13,000, maybe 3,000 of these guys were red, and he wants one that was a GT with the spoiler on it, so maybe there were 1,500 of these guys originally altogether. So we've got to find a red one with the original engine. We need an owner who's willing to part with this car and one that's in decent enough shape that we can restore it. So he's got the money, wants to restore this car. His grandfather had one when he was a kid and he really loved the car, so we're going to do everything we can to find this car. Now, the Mercury Cyclone was often overshadowed by its big brother, the Mercury Cougar. They made a lot of these Mercury Cougars back in the day. They were built to last. They were very popular. They sold a ton of them as well. So you can see these things out on the road even to this day, just driving. You know, you go to car shows, you're going to see a Mercury Cougar guaranteed. But in 1968, it was the Mercury Cyclone and not the Cougar that was America's fastest production car. Car went almost 190 miles an hour at Daytona that year. It's a pretty big deal. This is a bad old dude. So definitely got our work cut out for us in finding this thing. We're going to need some luck to find it for sure. Now, if you want to be the guy who goes out on the weekends and, you know, goes to car shows and there's 4 or 5 other people there with the same car that you've got, go ahead and buy that Camaro or that Mustang or that Chevelle. Got nothing bad to say about those cars. They're all great cars. We love all the old ones. But you want to go to a car show where no one else there has the car you've got. You want to go in a 1968 Mercury Cyclone. These things have increased rapidly in their collectability because they made so few of these things that year. So they're like hen's teeth. I've never seen one out on the road myself. This guy wants one and we've got to find one. So we're going to kick it out to Andy, who's in the shop, who's got some really cool things to teach you about cars today. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it, and we'll keep you posted on how things go. I've got literally 40 calls out to little car lots, salvage yards all across the Southwest, going from El Paso all the way to Orange County, California, trying to find this car. So unfortunately, right now I'm at the point where I'm just waiting for a phone call. We will keep you posted, and thank you. Happy hunting, and we'll see you.
And now it's time for Andy's Brain Dump.
Andy, what's going on, buddy?
How you doing, sir?
Hey man, it's nice to see you.
You too.
Welcome to Andy's shop. So Andy and I took a ride today in this cool new car that Andy has just picked up. It's a 1970 Chevy Nova SS. While we're out there, we realized that it seemed to be the electrical, it just didn't have a whole lot of juice. The lights were dim, the dashboard lights were dim, and Andy has a quick, easy fix for that. A lot of old car owners complain about this, and Andy is going to walk us through and show us how to go ahead and fix that and make it work right. So what is it about the old cars that made them have such low juice?
In the 1960s, cars had low amperage alternators and external regulators. Just the kind of the way they were. In the mid-70s, cars got more electrical needs, more stuff, and they went to an internally regulated alternator, in this case, what's called a CS. They went to an SI later, which is kind of a different thing. They're both internally regulated. And they run a lot more amperage, so you've got 77 or 100, basically doubling your power. A CS will run 35 amps at idle, which is a maxed out older one. Now this makes a difference because headlight dimming, ignition, misfiring, all these kinds of things can happen due to system low voltage.
Okay.
You do this right, and the whole car will have better electrical.
Now is this an expensive upgrade to make?
Not at all. It's about 35 to 50 bucks. I would say late 70s GM Camaro or C10 truck or something like that. Any internally regulated CS alternator from a Chevy. This is Chevy, yeah, and you get a Chevy alternator, if it on 442s and Pontiacs and all kinds of things, the clocking is generally pretty much the same.
Okay.
The bolt pattern, they don't differ that much. I actually put a CS on a 1955 vehicle.
Oh wow.
So, I mean...
So how long does it take to, would you say, remove the old one and then wire up the new one?
Probably less than 15 minutes.
That's pretty amazing, folks. So let's go take a look. Andy's going to show us how he put this new one in, and hopefully you'll be able to do this yourself. Thanks.
Hi, I'm here in front of the car actually. I took off the old stuff because it's really of no use. This is the new stuff. This is a CS. It's off a later model 70s Camaro. Basically, it's got two terminals. Now they don't have the same connector as the older one. The older one has blue and white wire. They don't fit. You can buy this harness at an auto parts store in the help section. So it's got a battery wire here. Oftentimes these are red. This one's yellow for some odd reason anyway. This connection will be the same on both alternators. You can actually leave that. This is where it does differ. Terminal 1, right here on this, is this little wire and it's white. It may differ on yours. It may be a different color. It might be black or something. This white wire here actually connects to terminal 4, and I don't have the old voltage regulator. What this does, this connects to the dash light. So this wire here actually needs resistance through the ignition circuit. Kind of has a little bit of a voltage kick. If you don't hook it up, the alternator will not charge at idle. It will actually take some RPMs within here. The way you know it works is when the alternator is spinning, the light will go off on the dashboard. Second wire, terminal 2, is a voltage sensing wire. Okay, now the thing about this one is it needs to see a certain amount of voltage. If it sees low voltage, if the regulator in here sees low voltage on this, it will ramp up the voltage. The regulator will actually start charging more now. The thing is, a lot of guys will loop this to the battery terminal. They'll take this one right here, put it there, and I think it's a true one-wire alternator. It's actually not, it's a 3-wire. Anyhow, the reason I disagree with that is because if you hook it to this, it sees full battery voltage, which is not what you want. You want it to run downstream. In this case, it goes through a harness back to the voltage regulator. Now, the reason this is good is because this voltage over here will be slightly lower because of the resistance of the wire to this. The reason that's beneficial is because if this wire is lower voltage, this will charge more. half a volt makes a big difference. And it's real easy to do. There's a way some people rig that and loop over in an external, the old external. I don't really agree with that. I think that a new, like a pretty good gauge wire, pretty thick, run fresh all the way from the alternator to the horn relay is kind of what you want to do. Hook this up right here and you're pretty much done. So back to what we're saying. Terminal 1, white, black, or whatever wire on the alternator, goes to terminal 4 on the old voltage regulator. It's the end one, you can see it's marked 4. Terminal 2 goes down to the horn relay. This is self-explanatory here. It's to battery wire. And make sure whatever you do when you do this process, disconnect your battery. Don't try to do this with your battery connected. It's a no-brainer. You do that and your old car will have a lot more voltage, just a lot better electrical system.
Okay, a little progress update. I've spent the last 7 hours calling every single car lot, salvage yard, you name it, from El Paso to Orange County, trying to find this very rare Mercury Cyclone that we got a request for. Have not had any luck. I've sent out a bunch of emails as well, just waiting to hear back. We'll keep you updated, but as I said before, this is a very rare car. There were only 13,000 of them built in total in 1968, and we need to find a red one that's got the original engine in it so that we can restore it. So no luck so far. I'm kind of beating my head against the wall. We will keep you posted. Thanks. Andy, what's up, buddy?
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Are you working on an old J2?
1957.
Holy cow, that's a rare car.
Yeah.
You got this thing in? Look at that. That's beautiful. It's gonna be awesome when it's done. Well, hey, I wanted to bring you some good news.
Sure.
Do you remember this, by chance, do you remember this guy named Donald? We met him at the Golden Car Show last, I think it was in August. He had that yellow Mercury and he was talking to us about Mercs and all that.
I do remember that, yes.
Okay. Well, he called us yesterday, me in particular, and he's looking for a 68 Mercury Cyclone. But it's got to be red. And it's got to have the original motor attached to it somehow. So I have called everybody that I can think of to try and find this car. I called the Chicken Man. I called the Big Stinks. I called the Little Stinks. I called the Man Boober. I even called him. Nobody knows where I can get one. I mean, Chicken Man said he's got a line on one that's maroon, but that doesn't help us. We need a red one. So I've sent emails and left messages from El Paso to Orange County looking for this car, but since they only made 13,000 of them, finding a red one is going to be a challenge. So
Sure.
if you know of anybody outside of our network Rolodex, you know,
I can look into it for you.
place some calls and see if we can't track this thing down.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'll have to take extreme measures. We
How
have never
extreme?
failed. We have never failed, my man. We are not going to fail now. So
Anyway,
anyway,
succeed.
I just thought I would give you the good news. I'll let you get back to your Oldsmobile.
Well, thank you.
And I'll see you soon, brother. Later. All right, man, I've exhausted all of my options here. We have got to go see Brody. We have to
see Brody.
Why don't you? Why don't you have an open mind about this?
Man, he's a goofball.
So we know you can call him a goofball, but did he help us find that GT500 or not?
Right.
He did.
I know.
So we know this guy. We will do whatever it takes to find a car that you want. So we know this guy. He's kind of a strange individual. We call him a muscle car mystic. We're here in Colorado. These things happen here. He's helped us find cars in the past. He just sort of intuits where the car is. So we're gonna go over and see him. You got to just gotta open your mind.
No, I don't think so. I don't think we're going over there.
I think you're coming with me.
You need to
Just do. I'll let
start
you.
calling.
I'll let you drive the Dodge van.
Okay. You've talked me into it. Make sure it's that screaming
He loves the 318
318.
Dodge van.
Yay.
So, all right, we've we've exhausted all our options, so we got to go with this. So we're going to take you with us and let you see what it's like to live here in Colorado when you're looking for a car. You're going to have fun.
Right.
We're going to just go with it. Don't argue with me. So we're here at Bodie's place. Dude, I know you don't believe in this, but we got to try this.
Come on.
It's a time-sensitive matter. We have to find the Cyclone. This is the only guy who can help us. He's the potentate of the old V8.
I'll see it when I believe it.
Okay. All right. Let's go. It's a little weird, but just go with it. You got to broaden your horizons a little bit.
What the hell are you doing?
Don't make eye contact. Just go right to the door.
Take this. He's been expecting you. Follow me.
Why are these couches like this? This is bullshit.
Welcome.
So we need your
No,
help.
shh. I know why you're here. You've come to find the red horse. Red horse. Red horse. Red horse. You must drink the drink. Red horse. Red horse.
I see your red horse. She's looking at a city in the sand, a desert. She's been sitting alone before you knew you were looking. I see a 5 and a 7. She ran the quarter mile in under 12. She is now old and gray. She is no longer red. You must go to her now. She waits for you. Find the red horse.
Wait.
You must go.
So I had some of the Brody's ceremonial drinking. Feeling a little strange, I must say.